Y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by, y'all. It is Friday. I have finished teaching my classes. I finished riding the bike. I got other things I got to do, but we're done with those things. It is well, y'all can see, I don't need to flip yous around. Y'all can see back there, it is a lovely day here in the Northland. We are well above 0 degrees, which that's an accomplishment this week. So I tell you what, before we get into what all we're doing, y'all go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. I'll get us up here on the main road, get us going where we're going, and then I'll tell you what we're up to. Y'all, you know it's a good day when you come in hot to a stop and you don't skid. That's a good day right there. Anyway, so we are headed Oot and a Boot. It is Friday. We do not have PT. I think I told y'all last week that, whenever the last time was, we saw Katie. We're not going to see Katie again for like months. So I need to mind my P's and Q's and not hurt myself. But things are going well. I am feeling better, but not great. I'm a little sore today, but I did kind of a lot yesterday. So, you know, like I said, I need to mind myself, mind my P's and Q's, but that's all good. But what I wanted to talk to y'all about was, I have an actual plan today. So, well, first of all, we got errands to run. I got to tell you what we're doing. Can y'all see, hang on, let's get through this intersection. People looking at me all crazy. Can y'all see right there in the back seat? Look what I remembered to bring this time. The Kroger bags. So we are headed to across from PT to drop off my shopping bags. And while I'm there, I'm going to run into the grocery store. And I was thinking I might do a grocery haul, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyway, I wanted to talk to y'all about, I've noticed a few comments in groups, like I should not be in these groups because, and I should not tell y'all these things, but so groups like, not necessarily Weight Watch, well, the Weight Watchers groups that I'm in, I think are really just like clickbait groups, but groups of people trying to like watch their diets or like trying to lose weight or whatever. And y'all know that my whole thing is locus of control, right? Like you have to believe that you're in control of your circumstances, because if you don't, then you're not in control of your circumstances. Like, who wants that? But if you don't believe that you're in control of your circumstances, when something happens to you, your first thought isn't, what can I do to change this? I feel like if you don't believe that you are in control, then your first thought is like, well, why did this happen? Or, you know, I think you feel like you're a victim. And then if somebody offers, I think I'm way out in the middle of the intersection. If somebody offers suggestions or like things that you can do to make things better, you don't take those suggestions. Like you become what, I don't know if I can say this, what my friend Scotty calls an ask hole, which is like you ask a question and then people give you answers or suggestions and then you argue with them. That's an ask hole. Like you ask questions just to have something to argue about. So anyway, I've noticed on some of these groups, people talking about concerns over like being hungry. If they're, well, you know, if I go on a diet or if I cut my this or that, what if I get hungry? Well, have a plan for it, Holmes. And I get it. Like, I completely understand. One, you don't want to set yourself up for failure. Totally. Especially if you've struggled with your weight and it's something that you've had either, you know, yo-yo success with or no success with. You don't want to like go into something that you don't think you can be successful at. Totally get it. But I don't know. I just feel like you can't approach things with that kind of mindset. Like you have to go into it thinking, how can I be successful at this? Or like, what can I do to be successful? So, and again, the intern and I were, did I say this before? The intern and I were talking about this the other night, that I'm going to try to be super careful when I talk about this, but there is someone that we know who is having severe health issues because they are overweight and have been overweight for a long time and don't control their weight. And instead of believing that they have control over things, they believe that they're the victim of all the things. And they're constantly like looking for some magical diagnosis of, you know, why they're retaining water and why they're swollen and why they're exhausted and why they're, you know, feel confused and all of these things. And it's like, well, Holmes, you've been morbidly obese for 20 years. You drive your body like a dump truck, then you drive a dump truck, you know, like, so, but I think that if you recognize that you have control over those things, and instead of asking, like, why did this happen, or, you know, I mean, I guess you have to ask what's causing this to happen, but if your main question is, what can I do to change this happening? I think it puts the control, not the blame on you, but it gives you back control of it. So it lets you, like, it helps you realize that you can change things and make things better. So that's what I want to talk about, is circling all the way back to the question of, well, if I go on a diet, like, or if you are on a diet, what do you do if you're hungry? I got some ideas. So I tell you what, let me get up here, let me drop off these bags, and I'll be right back. Because I got to turn across traffic here and I got to pay attention. So y'all hang on a second. I have a better idea. I'm all fired up now, talking about folks feeling like they don't have control over themselves or their situation. So instead of me driving through this parking lot all fired up and yelling at people and then going into the grocery store and shopping in a mood, let's do this. Let's sit here for a minute and talk about, I have a list. And I was going to wait until we get home and talk about my list. But since we're here and I have my Supernote tablet with me with all my lists on it, let's just go ahead and talk about things that we can do to set ourselves up for success on a diet, and what you can do if you're getting hungry while you're dieting. What can you do? Nobody wants to be hungry. So y'all know that answer number one for me is going to be 0 point snacks. Now, if you're not on Weight Watchers, that might mean nothing to you, but 0 point food is based on food essentially that's going to be high in lean protein, high in fiber, low in calories. So popcorn is my number one favorite 0 point snack. And y'all, literally every time we do this, it just makes me want to go home and sit on the couch and eat popcorn and read books with my dogs. So popcorn is actually going to be a recurring theme in this list, but I'm just going to read off of my list. So fruits and veggies are great options for snacks when you're dieting. We talked about this before, kind of watch the sugar in your fruit, and let me give you my caveat. If you have any kind of health issues, like if you have diabetes or anything that you have to like watch your blood sugar or any of that, all bets are off. Y'all just disavow any of my pointers in this list and do what you need to do for you. But fruits and veggies are usually good options for snacking when you're on a diet, especially if you add protein to it. So like veggies dipped in hummus or fruit in our chocolate hummus, great snack. It's a little bit of protein and it's going to be very low in calories. Lean protein, great snack. So we've talked before, we make meatballs. So you can make like a ground turkey meatball, ground chicken meatball, or just a lean ground beef meatball. Keep them in the fridge to snack on, or like if you're at work, take them with you in like a little cooler to snack on during the day. So any kind of lean meat would be good, like maybe a sliced turkey breast, great snack. Or you can get, we haven't done it in a while, but you can get, right here at the Super One, they have it, bags of pre-cooked chicken, like grilled chicken. So if you're ootin' a boot, you get hungry and you're like, I'm about to die, run into a grocery store and just grab you. Walmart has them. I know Super One has them. Kroger, I'm sure, has it. Publix, all the stores have them. It's not cheap, but it'll keep you on your diet and sort of curb that hunger until you can get somewhere and make like a reasonable choice. Or just grill you some extra chicken when you're grilling chicken for dinner, slice it up, keep it in the fridge to snack on. So think of ways that you can have lean meat around for snacks. Eggs, of course, are lean protein. Boiled eggs are a great snack. So boiled eggs, nuts are great for snacking. And again, those proteins are going to keep you full. What else? Canned meat. Y'all, I'm not above opening a can of chicken, those like big cans of chicken I get at the Sam's Club, drain it and just eat it straight out of the can, depending on like my situation and my mood. If I need to just eat something, or I'm going to either kill somebody or eat all the things, I'll just eat like canned meat straight out the can. So canned chicken, canned tuna. Now, I won't eat canned tuna straight out of the can, but drain it, mix you up a little tuna salad, eat it on some lettuce, or eat it straight out of a bowl, whatever you need to do. Canned meat is a great option. And wait, I had another one. I think I lost it. Oh, did we talk about the yogurts? Greek yogurt, of course, plain non-fat Greek yogurt is 0 points. Or you can get the little single serving Greek yogurts, which y'all, I keep around all the time. Y'all know this. Those are 2 points on Weight Watchers, but they're low in calories. I want to say maybe 80 calories, but I just pulled that out of the thin air. But they're low in calories, and it's a single size, like it's a single serving in a little cup. So you don't have to measure nothing. You don't got to mix nothing. Just eat it and you're good to go. So I will eat those and a banana early in the morning when I'm teaching, and Bob's your uncle, I'm right back to work. So those are great to keep around. Did I say cottage cheese? Cottage cheese is another one. Now, I never ever buy the single serving cottage cheese things, but you can get those single serving cottage cheese, and you can get like a single serving cottage cheese that comes with like a little bit of something to mix in with it. Great snacks. And those are great now, I've heard about this, people that don't work in their homes. What? Y'all know I work at the house, so I have like my fridge and my kitchen and all the things. So eating during the day is easy for me. But if you work like in an office or somewhere where you have to take food with you, those might be good to take along. Like, you know, convenient little things to throw in a cooler bag to take with you and have there during the day. All right, so we talked about popcorn. Whole grains are great for snacking. They're heart healthy, they're good for you, and the fiber protein fills you up, and then fiber helps you feel full longer. So popcorn, it's corn, it's a whole grain. I know you're probably not likely to like bust out oatmeal and make you some oatmeal at the office in the middle of the day, but oatmeal is a great whole grain option. Sorry, that truck just pulled up, and I act like people acting sketch in a parking lot is something I can judge while I'm sitting here just talking. I know. Anyway, oatmeal is a great whole grain. Also, whole grain crackers. See if you can find you some whole grain crackers to eat, like maybe to eat with your can of meat, or to put some low-fat cheese on. Y'all, that would be a great snack. Also, I don't know if I have any of my almonds in here. I might have eaten them all, but keep nuts around. I keep those little single serving size, those little like snack bags that I buy at the Walmart, and I'll put a single serving of almonds in them. And there's probably some in here, but I'm not going to dig in this and embarrass myself. Pull all the things out of here, like Mary Poppins' bag. Yeah, that's what the center console of my car is like. So anyway, I keep those little single serving size bags of almonds all over the place. So, and if you're like, a single serving of almonds is like 8 almonds, Danielle, that would just like make me mad. I know, I get it. You can eat like 3 or 4 of those, but then at least you know how much you've eaten versus like grabbing a handful of almonds and throwing them down your gullet and being like, oh, I'll count those. No, you won't, because you're hungry. You're just going to throw them down your hole and later be like, oh, I think that was whatever number. Well, if you have them in little baggies, you can keep the baggies, count the baggies later, and know how many you ate. So that's a great option for snacking. All right, so let's talk about things that you can do just sort of overall to keep yourself from getting hungry while you're dieting. I mentioned this, we talk about it all the time. Focus on fiber and lean protein. Protein keeps you fuller longer, and fiber fiber slows digestion, and it helps you feel full. So protein fills you up, helps you feel full. Fiber slows digestion, so it helps you feel full longer and helps you not feel hungry. So if you try to focus on a combination of protein lean protein and fiber in your snacks and your meals, it's going to help you not feel hungry. And y'all, I had a football coach, not that I played football, it wasn't like a coach of mine, but way back in the day, I worked with football players, and I had a defensive lineman who was literally triple my size, and we had to get some weight off of him. And so he and I went together to the strength and conditioning coach, and the coach put us both on a diet and asked what I drank in a day. And I said, oh, I just drink tea. And my football player outed me and said, she don't drink tea. She takes a big old, and it was like this size cup. This was like in the 90s. He says she goes to the Quick Trip and gets one of those big old cups, and there's a blue truck just went by and it looks like the intern, but it's not. Because how funny would that be if the intern came and we're sitting in this exact same spot at the exact same grocery store again? Anyway, so he says, Coach, she don't drink tea. She buys these big old cups at the Quick Trip and fills them up with, and it was like the, like the tea from the Coke machine. And Coach was like, no, ma'am. He said, start drinking water. And he said, when you feel hungry, drink water before you eat, because often feeling hungry is just because you're dehydrated. He said, even drinking that, whatever that is that you're drinking, you're probably dehydrated. So drink water, or actual tea, like maybe a green tea, but drink water. So that was when I started. This was, again, years and years and years ago. And I didn't start carrying like a Stanley cup around, but that was when I started carrying just big old ridiculous water bottles around. And because Coach told me to. And heaven forbid I get caught on campus without my water bottle. But for reals, y'all, often your body will interpret that sort of longing as hunger when it's really just, you're just thirsty. So even if you're fixing yourself something to eat, drink some water. Drink some, like a green tea, or even if it's, don't drink a sugary soda, but even if it's not just water, drink something to hydrate yourself, so that when you go to eat, maybe you're still hungry, but then you're not hungry and thirsty. So you're not sort of compensating for being thirsty by eating. So see if that helps you to control what you're eating. So drink more water. Also, plan your snacks. We talk about this all the time. Have an actual plan for if you get hungry, especially if you're like working in an office or somewhere, and Lord have mercy, especially if there are like snack machines around. Have a plan for what you're going to take with you and what you're going to eat when you get snacky hungry. Like, have you some, carrot chips and hummus? Have you an apple? Have you a banana? Some meat sticks, meatballs, something, not anything, but plan ahead of time so that you don't have to worry about what am I going to eat if I get hungry. You already know, you've planned it out and you have it with you, or know where you're going to go to get it. Like if your snack machine has bags of peanuts in it, know that you're going to go get you a bag of peanuts. Is it the best option? No. Is it better than that Snickers bar that you really want? Yes, it is. So have a plan for what you're going to eat when you get hungry, and don't panic. Everybody gets hungry. Just have a plan and have a plan and execute. Stick to the plan. While we're planning things, plan more frequent, smaller meals. This will help. This does a couple of things. One, it'll help you sort of maintain your energy level throughout the day, level out your blood sugar, and it'll keep you from getting hangry, like ravenously hungry, to where you're just like eating whatever it is that you find. So try to plan more smaller meals throughout the day instead of like keeping that mindset that you're going to have like 3 big meals. Break your meals up throughout the day. While you're planning meals, plan what you're going to eat. Plan filling meals that have, yes, lean protein and fiber. I would say lean protein, fiber, and healthy fats. But y'all, I am the absolute worst when it comes to healthy fats, so I ain't even going to try that one. But lean protein and fiber for sure. Also, kind of deprive yourself, but don't deprive yourself. So if there's something that you want, let yourself have it, but think about it. Like, let's say it's chocolate chip cookies. If you're craving chocolate chip cookies, let yourself have some chocolate chip cookies, but don't buy yourself that whole big old thing of like the Keebler Elf chocolate chip cookies and say, oh, I'm just going to eat 3, and then keep that whole thing in your house. Go to the Stop and Rob, get you a little like single size thing of chocolate chip cookies and eat just that, so that when they're gone, they're gone. And you don't have to worry about disciplining yourself to only eat like a human sized portion of cookies, because all that you have is that human sized portion. So if you're struggling with cravings, let yourself, within reason, let yourself have what you're craving, but try to think about doing it in such a way that you're not like overly tempting yourself. So like, don't bring a whole big old bucket of whatever it is that you're craving to the house. Just bring a little bit, eat that little bit, and then move on. Now, I have 2 more. Y'all don't be mad at these. These are not as easy. I mean, not that the others are easy, but just think about these things. Stress. Try to manage your stress as much as you can, because stress can make you, 1, eat more, and 2, being in stressful situations can cause you to crave unhealthy food. So I know, y'all, I know we're grown, right? Like, life is stressful, but just try to manage your stress as much as you can to help yourself be more successful, not just with your diet, but with everything. So, I mean, do things like I do my yoga, do mindful breathing, do whatever it is that you can do to help yourself manage stress. And y'all, get some dang sleep. Lack of sleep increases your body's production of hunger hormones. Don't nobody want that. So get you some sleep. That's it. I'm going to climb down off my soapbox here. I'm going to go. I had already forgotten that I was going to take these bags. So I'm going to go right this instant and take the bags over there and shove them in the bag recycle thing. And then I'm going to go in the grocery store. I'm going to do some shopping. I got to go pick up another grocery order up the hill. So I'm going to do all of that. And then, y'all, we're not going to haul groceries because I've already been talking for like an hour. So let's do this. Let me get my groceries. We'll go back to the house. I got to do a workout. I think I'm feeling kind of okay, pretty good. So I might do a core workout today. We'll see. We'll see how I feel when I get to the house. But I'm going to do that. And then we're going to get in the kitchen and cook some stuff. So let me do this. Let me do that. Let me do a workout. And I will see y'all in the kitchen.
4 shots and you're pouring me a fit. No girl's ever looked at me like this. Your roommate's pissed, she's halfway out the door. We throw our glasses back and I shiver as your hair kisses the floor. I can't remember which party we danced through that night. The boys ask stupid questions, we just laugh at the secret we can't hide. For the first time, Cinderella's staying out past midnight. Your lips press soft against my shoulder. It's not forever. It's just a moment we can smile at when we're older. You grabbed my hand and dragged me to your room. My heart takes off and doesn't stop till she's halfway to the moon. Suddenly we're sober and we're shy, but someday we'll be brave enough to look each other in the eye. I can't remember which party we danced through that night. Boys ask stupid questions, we just laugh at the secret we can't hide. For the first time, Cinderella can't hear the clock strike with her lips pressed against my shoulder. It's not forever.
All right, y'all. I finished the workout. I did all the things. Now let's make some stuff. Now, in all honesty, I really should be making some low-fat buttermilk salad dressing because I am almost out and we haven't made it in a while, but I don't want to. I want to make something else because look what I did, y'all. I made funnel cake dough. Well, really, it's that skinny pizza dough, and I kind of doctored it up a little bit. So remember we tried this a while ago And I think I made a good but not great bagel with it, and I don't know, something else. But here's what I did this time. So remember last time the yeast that I used had expired in like 2017 or something? I'm not kidding, it was very expired. So I used actual current yeast and I proofed my yeast before I started cooking with it, which the recipe said just throw all the stuff in together, but that squeeged me out a little bit, just throwing dry yeast into a bowl. So I proofed it like you do. So I have my calculations because the recipe calls for 2 cups of self-rising flour because they figure when you make it, you're going to be an adult and like section out your dough into like servings and then use some of it and save some of it. They don't know me. They don't know that if I make like a whole big thing of it, I'm going to make it all because we're going to make funnel cakes. And when I start making funnel cakes, I'm going to make all the funnel cakes and I'm going to eat all the funnel cakes. So instead of 2 cups of self-rising flour, I wanted to do just a quarter of a cup of self-rising flour. So I took 1/8 of a teaspoon of that like dry Fleischmann's or whatever it is, dry yeast, and put it in a little bowl with some warm water and just a touch of sugar to feed the yeast. And I let it proof for just like 10 minutes. Once it got bubbly, add a bowl with my quarter of a cup of self-rising flour. Y'all, this time it really is self-rising flour, not regular flour. Stop being smarty pantses. I remember last week too. Anyway, so a quarter of a cup of self-rising flour, and I put in 2 tablespoons of monk fruit sweetener because it's funnel cakes, so we want them sweet. So I did that, and then I added a tablespoon of non-fat plain Greek yogurt, and I mushed that up together some. I threw in 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt because that'll like keep the yeast from going too much. It'll kill the yeast. And then just a little bit at a time, I added some water. And I think I ended up with maybe like, I don't know, 1/8, maybe just north of 1/8 of a cup of water. But I added it. Remember last time I put in too much water and it was like mushy and gross? So I added my water just a little bit at a time until it looked good. Now, the dough is still a little sticky and it doesn't rise a whole lot, but I don't think it's supposed to because there's not a whole lot in there to feed that yeast. So I'm not going to do this on camera, at least not live, but I'm going to roll this out and I'm going to say I'm going to make it into like sticks or something, but y'all know I'm going to make it into a funnel cake, like the funnel cake swirl, and I'm going to stick it in the air fryer at like 360-ish just until it's done. But y'all, while that's cooking, we're going to do something fun. So let me get this going. Let me get it in the air fryer, and then I'll tell you what else we're going to make. All right, y'all. I am super stoked for this part because y'all know, first of all, the snow is making sun come in, and sorry, boot the light. That's all I can say about that. But it's the snow. I'm blaming it on the snow. So anyway, I am super stoked for this part because y'all know every morning I make my chocolate, I almost said chocolate yogurt. That's not right. Chocolate oatmeal with some plain old Hershey's cocoa and monk fruit Splenda. And every time I do it, I think, ooh, wouldn't it be delicious to dip something in that Hershey's chocolate and monk fruit Splenda instead of putting it in oatmeal? So y'all, today we're going to make us a little sauce out of Hershey's cocoa and monk fruit Splenda and just see if it's, I mean, it might be awful, like it might be true tea awful, but we're going to try it. So here's what I'm going to do. Literally, same way I start off every morning, I just have a tiny bit of water in my pot, and I'm going to throw in some cocoa. So like 1 scoop of cocoa and 2 scoops of monk fruit Splenda. And I'm going to mush them down good in the water and get all the lumps out of the cocoa. And I have learned over time that if you just throw the cocoa into like just a pan of water that you're going to make into your oatmeal, the cocoa will stay lumped up and it's not nice. But if you do it this way first and then you add more water for your cocoa, let me check our, hang on. All right, y'all, I went with 400 degrees on the thing, on the funnel cake. But anyway, if you do it this way and break up your lumps of cocoa before you put in some more water for your oatmeal, it works out better and it doesn't clump. You don't end up with clumps of cocoa because that's gross. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut the heat down so I don't burn it. Now normally when I do this, this is the point at which I would throw in my half a cup of water and half a cup of almond milk. So I'm going to throw in just a splash of almond milk. I'm going to cut it all the way off because I think I've melted what I'm melting. I'm going to throw in a little almond milk. And I'm going to just cook that down. I don't know. Let's just see if it cooks down. Because I know that the monk fruit Splenda will melt. Yeah, remember, watch that. Watch your funnel cake in the air fryer closely because it cooks fast, like it's almost done. So I'm about to pull that out. Yeah, this is pretty soupy. I could have gone with less liquid, but that's okay because I think it's still going to be delish. And I wonder if instead of water, I might have wanted to start off with almond milk, but that's okay. No, I don't care. I'm going to dip my funnel cake in this, and it's going to make me so, so happy. So let me pull, oh yeah, right there. Look, y'all are seeing this in real time. Look at that light. That is awful light. Look, but look. That is lovely. So, all right, so I'm going to take us back over there where the light's better, and then we'll try all of this. All right, so meet me over there. All right, so I put the chocolate in a little cup instead of toting that whole pot over here. But first, let's try just the funnel cake. Oh, don't stick. Okay. Whew. That was about a little come to Jesus moment. I sprayed it, but I don't know if y'all noticed. I moved it around a little bit once I got it on the thing, and so I think I dislodged some of the Pam. Plus, I had just scrubbed the thing, like my air fryer thing, so there might have been some wet spots. Anyway, nobody cares. Let's taste this. Oh, look how perfect it is. That is perfection. It is very, very good. It is light. Can you see in there? Yo, that's it. That is the money right there. It's sweet. It's sweet. Like it's really sweet. I might have put a little too much monk fruit sweetener in it. But it's tender. That is it. The either having actual live yeast or proof in the yeast gave it just an extra little bit of lift. So let's try the chocolate. This is going to be hot. Yo, that is good. That is good. And it is a good dang thing that I only made 1/4 of a cup of flour's worth of funnel cake. Oh my word, is that good. Holy man candy, y'all are welcome. That is good. So the chocolate, it's thin. I mean, y'all can see it's thin, right? So you're not going to like dip it and get it to stay on anything. But I mean, you can, it's almost like fondue-y chocolate. I'll tell you what, it's just a little, it's not grainy or granular or like, but it's just a little bit not chocolate syrupy chocolate, if you know what I mean. So I know nobody knows what I mean because that doesn't really mean anything, but I'm not saying I ever did this, but if you ever as a child took like Hershey's chocolate syrup and drank it straight out of the like syrup thing, you know, it's just like super smooth and super like viscous and like actual, I don't know, like droplets from heaven. This isn't quite that. Like, I mean, when you take it directly from the thing and don't put it on anything, you can tell just a little bit that it's like that Hershey's cocoa suspended in something. But y'all, when I'm about to do it again, when you dip something in it, like a funnel cake or really anything, we might be onto something here. I wonder, hang on. Y'all hold that thought. I'm not going to run around my house just finding things to dip in chocolate, but we're going to try a banana and then I'll be done. But I just want to see, I don't know why I feel like I need to test something other than a funnel cake. Oh yeah, that's really good. We are 100% onto something here. Do I have chocolate? Are y'all laughing at me because I have chocolate all over me? Because I'm acting like a child drinking Hershey's chocolate straight out of a bottle? All right, y'all get out of here. That's it. Thank you for having funnel cake day with me. It was very, very fun. But tell me, what do y'all do? Because I know we all struggle, right? So let us know in the comments. What do you do to maintain your diet when you're struggling, especially if you're hungry? Like when you get hungry, what kind of things do you have around, or what kind of plans do you have like in your head already that you know you're going to do when you get hungry during the day when you're trying to maintain a diet? Let us know in the comments. Y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you made it this far, we are most definitely friends. So go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. I upload food and fitness videos at the beginning of every week with some book videos sprinkled in between. See you on the next one.